No, it's all straight through. Yeah. So, yeah, we're live.
You're live.
What's this sticking out here?
I went for a run and I just changed and then came back.
You're pretty sweaty and gross.
I was.
Good news is that we don't, you can't smell anything through the screen. So if you smell.
Oh, I thought you were going to say COVID.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we don't talk about COVID anymore. It's gone. COVID is gone. Anyway, but yeah, it's one of those like, yeah, if you do smell something, it's not you, it's not me. It's probably you listening. You're smelling yourself. So go take a shower. You're disgusting. So awesome. Cool. Grounds After Rounds live on the YouTube. First time I've ever done this.
First time I've ever done this.
First time you've ever been on a podcast?
No, I did. There was a Beast one.
I did that. The Beast
Feast. That was with my brothers.
Which I think you can still, I think it's still on Spotify.
I think it's on YouTube as well.
I think it's also on the YouTubes. So yeah, if you want to listen to Beast Feast with Ellie and other people, that's way back then. Old news. This is now. What is it? The yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, there you go. So welcome. But yeah, we got Sophia Mikulski Cooper here, and I'm gonna keep doing this. It makes a lot of noise. Sophia Mikulski Cooper. What's your middle name?
Margaret.
Sophia. Oh, that's right. We knew this. I've asked that. Yeah, I feel like it's Renee. Sophia Renee Mikulski Cooper here. Current Creek Beast coach. The 7:15s on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are hopping sometimes if Ryan shows up. And Maya's out of town. Peebo's been MIA.
I killed him that one time and then he hasn't come back.
It's true.
Sorry, Peebo. If you want
to see you, Peebo. Come back. We miss you. And then, yeah, I think Matt's going to start coming in more since he's working right here at Prestige. So that'll be cool. So you actually, and then Sophia is now going to start coaching up the adults. Are you excited about that?
Super excited.
So yeah.
I coached the 7 a.m. this morning and there was like 10 people there, which usually I have like 4 or 5 kids. So it's kind of like more personalized, but this way I got to kind of like, it was hard to look at everyone.
Yeah.
But it was cool to control such like a big group.
Yeah.
I felt like an actual coach.
I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I feel like and Jack and I have talked about this before, I have more, the bigger the group, the more energy I get.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like when it's a couple people, like I do personal training and I like kind of building that relationship with that person, but I have the most fun like coaching a group, and the bigger the group, the better.
It's kind of like everyone feeds off everyone's energy.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I yelled at one point, I was like, you can always do one more burpee, so don't stop.
Yeah, right. What is, or only 20 more seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds, or whatever you yelled the other day. But yeah, I like, there does get to an extent where like the classes, like I've coached classes of, and like regularly, not like when we did Outwad this weekend and there were like 18, 20 people. I've coached classes of like 35 people. And it's very, at that point you're herding cats. And I feel like I can do it, like I can hit it and I can do just fine. But they're also like, look, there's 35 people and like you 3 in the corner that are over here like chat-chitting, I need you to stop.
Yeah.
Because you're distracting all these people, which is probably like how teachers felt about me in high school.
Yeah. But I feel like people who like that class environment, you're paying just to work out. You're not really paying to get the coaching and the workout.
No, not at all. You're not really getting much coaching. It's like basically we're making sure that you don't die. If you have a good time, like that's at the end of the day, like I want you to have a good time and you'll probably come back. But that is why we also like the limiter classes. So we don't have to go down that rabbit hole. But you coach that the age group online qualifier 17.1. So if you're watching this now, it's Wednesday. If we end up uploading it later, it'll be Friday. The 17.1, 100 dumbbell snatches, 80 cal rows, 60 bar facing burpees, and 40 muscle ups. What were you looking forward to the most at coaching that? Because this workout's right up your alley.
Oh yeah. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing it soon. But I think I was definitely looking forward to the dumbbell snatch because like the progression wise. Yeah. You always go through the burner warm up and all that. But I also was worried about the muscle ups because I haven't done a lot of coaching on the rig. Yeah. But looking at the little brief, it was like most people are going to get through the burpees, maybe like 3 or 4 muscle ups max. Yeah. So I didn't spend the majority of the time going over the muscle up.
Yeah.
It was more the dumbbell snatch and the burpees.
Yeah, that's definitely one. It's one of those workouts where it's like you could spend a lot of time coaching something that not that people shouldn't work on it, but it's like, I mean, this is relatively long. I mean, if you look at how long it was taking people, like, well, 20 minutes, Mike Battisto 43:30, so that took him a while. But yeah, like 20-minute time cap. I mean, that means like nobody's getting through it. And that's why it's a games workout, right? Like it's meant to. So
if you finish, you're going.
Yeah, and so in the class setting, like realistically, like you do spend time there, but it's also just kind of in a workout like this, where it's like an open workout or games workout, where it's like, look, this is it. You either got it or you don't. Get warmed up, get moving well, make sure you do, and then go. So I thought this was a good one too, because you've coached. Like with me, it's been like a running workout and another running workout, and it's like, okay, we know you know how to run. Like we know you know how to send people out the door and then wait for them to come back. So if I was doing evaluations, 5s on sending people out the door for them to come back,
making them run faster.
Yeah. So how has been coaching the adults? So just that today and the couple you've been, how's it different from the kids, the teens?
So the teens are definitely, they walk in with a little more energy. They're easier to have conversations with, I guess, because I'm younger.
Because you're still a kid yourself.
Yeah, I don't know all the
19?
adults. Yeah, 19. And like I know maybe some of the adults' children, like I'm friends with them, but it's kind of weird that I'm like, hey, get down and go give me a 400-meter run. Like, sorry. And I feel like
like, sorry, Mr. Ryan. Like,
I don't mean it. Don't take it personally. The kids also, they surprise themselves more. Like they're more willing to do things. So you're like, hey, try this pull-up thing. They'll try it and do it. Whereas like some adults are so timid. You really have to push them to get them to try stuff.
Yeah, adults, we have baggage. As adults, we have a lot of baggage.
Trauma.
Like, I mean, if you think about it, it's like, someone in here is 40 years old, and the last time they were told, like, do a pull-up was like the super fit test in elementary school, and they didn't have one then, and they've never worked on them, and now they're 40s. Where it's like kids are like, oh, I guess I'll give it a try. And then they'll keep working at it. I love watching the kids. They're so close to a pull-up, and that'll be like, they'll come into the gym. First thing they want to do is hang from the rig, and then it's like getting them out of here. So kids are different. Like they don't come in with, I said, as much baggage kind of holding them back from doing things, which does make it fun. Not that coaching adults isn't fun. It's just, it is. It's totally a different animal.
It's so different.
If you, like, how do you feel? So it's one thing that's tough. I thought it was a tough transition when I started coaching was, okay, I've been working out with these people, and now I'm thrown in this position where I'm telling them what to do. And I'm going to be honest, like you and I as athletes we're at different levels. So like, I mean, you like open, for example, you crushed it open. Like you're a great athlete. You're very fit, way fitter than me. You're strong, all that. So it's like a lot of times when RX is written on the board, you can hit it, right? When I started coaching, that was not the case for me. I was scaling everything. Like I'm pretty sure I was still using a PVC pipe to overhead squat because I wasn't allowed to use a barbell. So it was tough, and it's like now I'm going into telling these people, here's what you need to do for your fitness, but I'm not. And it's like, and this was my hang up. It's like I still do all these workouts scaled. What validity and what merit do I have? And so that was like, and maybe that wasn't over your head. It might be now, but it was like that was a big thing. So if you found that going from athlete to coach, is that outside of being your friends' moms and dads, like, do you feel that at all, or what do you feel?
So, like with today's 7 a.m. class, I was very timid. I was like, I don't know these people. I don't know what they can do, how they can work out. And I guess adults, they're like, they do what they want to do, but they don't know if they can do an 80-calorie row in the time frame you're supposed to get it in. And for me, if I was doing the workout, I'd probably do it as prescribed. So in my head, I'm like, am I going to scale this right for people? Like, I don't know. Like for my mom example, I probably should have made her do the 80, 60. And so I had to
cut everything back. 20% or whatever.
And then she would have gotten into the muscle ups, which like 3 or 4 reps was the goal of the workout. And so I think just figuring out people's scale, because like you said, I scale sometimes, but it's not like super scaled.
Yeah.
So, and then also, who was it? Miss Nicole, like she didn't want to do anything pulling, and I was trying to think of something that she could do, and Jack was like, do the banded lat pull downs or something like that. So just coming up with stuff that hits the same stimulus as if you were doing RX.
Yeah.
So,
and that's where it's, I was excited when you said you were going to be a coach, because this is such a different, from a development standpoint, it's such a different, and any coach that I've kind of had work under me or I've helped, for the most part, has kind of like, they've had this journey where they spent forever trying to get a pull up, and then they finally now they can do like a couple, and that's a big deal. And now they're moving to coach. And so as an athlete, like that person had that journey. So for most people, they can kind of see that journey. And we're like, not that you, and this is not that you were not a hard worker at all. Like you work your butt off, but it was like, I remember one day you were like, what's a muscle up? It's like, oh, when you just do this, you're like, oh, this. And it's like, so like there is it. And so like, it's so cool seeing that perspective, because like I came at it from this way to try to be a better coach. You're coming at it from this way to be a better coach. At the end of the day, like everyone's going to get there. And so it's cool. Like when we talk about it, trying to help you understand coming from over here when I came from all the way over here. So it's a really cool, I'm really excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah. Cause but you know, and it's that time where you got to get to learn, you get to know your athletes. Like eventually, the more you around Miss Nicole, like,
sorry.
You'll kind of start to figure out like what's best for that person. And then you'll start to put, like, I feel like they always said this, like putting things in your tool belt for like next time you come across that. So it's just one of those, Jack and I said all the time, like as we're building our coach, but like, training a coach, it's trying to remember like, oh, I remember where we were when we started. And, I'd like to think we're at least over here. We're probably more like right here, but it's, I don't know what to say. It's just like thinking, when I look back at classes that I coached when I first started, I'm sort of thinking to myself, I can't believe anyone ever let me like coach a class. What was I doing? But everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. The only way to get better is to coach. Yeah.
The only way it gets better to coach. Yep. And hurt people and then learn from hurting people. I think that's how you do it. So #CrossFit. Cool. So so you and Courtney both are like going through the hopper, and now we're going to start coaching. I'm excited. Eventually we'll get Courtney on here. She just has this thing in the middle of the day, a job.
A lot of work.
Yeah, a job. You have a job.
Yeah.
Tell us about your job.
I'm a baker by day, coach by night. I work at Blue Crab Cupcakes. Plug.
Yeah.
And I hull and I fill and I ice all the cupcakes for about 5 or 6 hours a day.
Are you working Saturday?
Yeah.
What time?
9 to 2. And then I have a wedding.
I'm going over the Eastern Shore on Saturday, but I probably won't be able to stop by and get some because we have to be over there by 9. So maybe next time.
Bridge traffic too, 4th of July.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Meg's mom lives over there, and they're having like a parade. And so I'm just like, what's the traffic going to be like Saturday morning, which is the 3rd. Saturday's the 3rd.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Cool. Well, it's, can we talk soccer?
Sure.
Can we talk about soccer?
Sure, yeah. Thing in the past.
I don't want to put it out there. Yeah. Like it's, well, I mean, what a wild freaking year.
I know.
But I remember like I came and saw your game senior night. It was over a year ago. Yeah, a little over a year ago. And then you were going to come start training. And what was it? Your coach told you that, you had to do, no, you were going to play basketball. You wanted to play basketball.
I really wanted to play basketball because when I was in middle school, I was actually coached by Mr. Drew.
Mr. Drew, yeah.
We had a very fun basketball team, and I loved it. I loved basketball and soccer, and going to high school was like awesome. I can do both. I'm going to have so much fun, like with friends. So that's when I joined this competitive soccer team. It was called Maryland United.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, if you play this, you can't play any other sports. Because if you don't show up to practice or you miss practice for something else, you're not going to play in the game.
You can't play.
I was like, I want to play in the game.
Yeah.
So,
And so it was like at that point too. Had you committed to Salisbury yet?
mm-mm.
Was it Salisbury? No, I'm sorry. Was it the time was
So first I was going to go to VCU,
VCU,
which was Division I.
Right.
And that's when I started, like, I don't know, questioning whether I wanted to, like you said, when you go Division I, it's almost like it's your job.
It's your job.
It's your job to play.
Yeah.
And I grew up playing, just having fun. It's
Yeah.
like, I just want to play to have fun. I don't want to go to school, then have to go to practice, then have to do schoolwork, and
Yeah. Do you think if you had played basketball, you would have?
I think if
it would have given you that maybe just quick breather.
I think if I played not such a competitive club team, I definitely would have played or wanted to play more in college.
Assuming you wouldn't have been allowed to play your fall year anyway, because
yes,
that thing we talked about earlier, that's stupid court.
But yeah, I think I would have played basketball. I maybe would have tried lacrosse because all my friends played lacrosse, and that would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
High school soccer, don't get me wrong, was so much more fun than club soccer, just because I like the coach better, the community is better. You saw them all in school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I played other sports and did less competitive soccer, because then I wouldn't have to like choose your destiny super early before you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't choose mine until I was like 30. So
yeah. And then all of like the competitive soccer team, they're like, if you want to play in college, like you got to start this early. I don't even know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to go.
Which is funny because you're already going and playing college anyway, which is like, right, which is that like that pressure, like you've already like been offered, and you've already been offered a spot to play at this college. Yeah. And now, wait, I have to keep proving myself before I even get there. Mm-hmm. Like it's tough. Sports is, I'll tell you, competitive sports is a tough business.
That's why when people ask me, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I'm like, I don't know yet. I'm still young. Like,
ask that question what they want. Ask that person if they knew what they wanted to do when they were 18 or 19.
And they're like, it's fine. You have plenty of time. Whereas, like, if you were to ask where you want to go play soccer as, say, a junior in high school, they're like, where do you want to go? Like, what division? They expect you to know everything.
Yeah.
They want to know your dream school. They want to know what division you want to play, where you want to play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So. It's tough. It's not as easy as just going out there and playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember like I got like last spring, you were starting to get a little like, oh, it's so much soccer.
Because practice was at 8:15 at night.
Oh, that's right.
In the freezing cold.
That's right.
Half the time there was snow on the field.
Gosh.
I couldn't feel my toes. The lights were going out as we were practicing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Cool. Well, I'm like this is where I've kind of found like COVID was kind of a blessing in that like you spent more time here. And then when you brought up the conversation of coaching, I was so excited because I think I've told you this. Jack and I have, when we first started, we had these visions of like, as we grew as a coaching staff and like talking about the Beast program in particular, how that grew. And it was like, I think Jack said at one point, he's like, I could totally one day imagining Fiona in the Beast class and like Sophia or like Hugh, like coaching her in the kids class. I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? And we had that conversation. I think, and I feel like it was even like a year ago that we brought that up. Mm-hmm. And then you talk about coaching. It's like, Jack, you won't believe what just happened. Sophia, we're talking about coaching. Is Fiona a teenager already? Oh gosh, she actually we just cut it. We cut her hair. Like she has this little. I'm gonna show you. When was the last time you saw Fee?
She was very little.
Okay. I was like, we've probably seen her on the sock meds. I put her up everywhere. Yeah, she cut her hair. Aww. She's got this little like bob now.
I used to have that.
Yeah, it's just a little cutter all the way up. But like Fee, like you can see, like she started cutting her own hair and she was gonna give her bangs.
Yep.
But her hair always had like food in it. She never let us put it up, and so it was always like matted up anyway. We could never see her face. And so Maggie asked her if she wanted to cut her hair, and so I came home the other night and like Fee was asleep in bed, and I started rubbing her head, and I was like, "Where's all her hair?" I wasn't ready.
I know.
I was not ready for it.
Funny.
So, but yeah, she just looks like this kid now. She's not like the little bit anymore. Yeah. Sorry, I got everybody.
It's so sad, but
you kids.
Fun things come with age.
Yeah, they do.
Let me tell you.
They do. Also, painful things. Yeah, she's a headstrong, independent little thing. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, life's gonna be hard with this one. it's gonna be a blast. But she's gonna be a tough nugget, that's for sure, in a good way. So, but yeah, I don't know. Where are we going? CrossFit.
Oh, when
coaching.
you were talking about me coaching like her, like in Huey, I just imagine like me and Huey coaching you and Jack. You guys roll up in your wheelchairs when you're like all old and ugly. Get up on the ring.
Did you say all old and ugly?
No, I said what I say.
I feel like you just said old and ugly.
I not say
Jack,
ugly.
if you're not listening, she said old
Rewind.
and ugly.
Replay.
This is live. There's no editing.
They can go back and rewatch it.
You know what? Hey, it's been a great coaching run. So, but we gotta go. Yeah, one day. Yeah, we're the adaptive athletes, and you're coaching us. Got it. Cool.
Like, you can do one more.
Now, back when I was your age, coaching, here's what we did. Oh God, we're not that much older. Yeah, Jack is. Well, Jack's 40. I'm not 40 yet. Jack's 40s. Yeah, whatever. I feel there's plenty of days I feel because Jack was one of my first coaches, and so when we started, because I think there was Ellen who ran Old Bay, and so I met her first. I went through that, but I used to do the morning classes, and Jack ran the morning classes at Old Bay, and so that's where I met Jack, and it used to be he would coach because I think it was a 5. I want to say it was like 5:15 a.m. and a 6 a.m. class. So it was like a 45-minute, like 5:15 a.m. class, and then a full hour. And I would always do that 6 a.m. class. I think that's what it was. It was a 6 a.m. class. And then we would all just hang out afterwards. And Jack was like in full-on like CrossFit nerd professor mode. And I mean, he had his whole class sitting there for a good 30, 40 minutes after class, just talking about CrossFit.
Yeah.
And that's what got me really interested in like learning more about CrossFit other than just like showing up doing the workout. And then one day Ellen approached me about coaching, and that's what got me into it. But when Jack and I started working together, it was weird because it's like we're business partners, like we're 50-50 equals, but I still feel like he's my mentor, like he's Miyagi and I'm still Danielson. Do you get the reference?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just checking. It's like some days I still feel like that because I was like, I forget that like we are equals, but there's so much I can learn from him. Still, yeah. And he touches me, and I hope I touch him too. Yeah, it's a metaphor.
You touch me sometimes.
Stop. Nope, it's a metaphor. I've never touched Sophia. Never. Nope. Clear that up. Take it back. Edit it.
Didn't say it.
Nope. Gosh, but yeah, and so, well, I'm glad. Yeah, so you're going to be sticking around here. You're going to be coaching. You're going to be community college in the fall.
Yep.
So we know we at least got you till the winter.
Yep.
And then whatever it takes you from there. So
wherever the wind blows.
Yeah, hopefully not too far.
Yeah,
that's the plan. So I don't know. Can we talk about this this training you're doing now?
Sure.
Like, so you what's the coach's name? I had it written down.
Dex Hopkins
with brute strength.
Yeah.
And so what prompted you to like hit this?
So, like I said, I played soccer and then I was done with soccer, and I guess I was looking for kind of a more competitive outlet.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I'm always trying to one up people.
Yeah, that's you in a nutshell.
I know. And I was like, why not try out the CrossFit thing? So I applied to have like a legit like one-on-one coach, and that's where we're headed right now.
What? So was this based on like? So curiosity, you finished in that top 10% of the Open, and like that's in the category.
That's that even surprised me.
Like you finished in the top 10%, and like top 10% of the category that's like Tia Claire Toomey and Catherine David's daughter, and like that group, like
crazy
the Open
people.
group, yeah, like that's it's also a really big pool. Like it's a much bigger pool because it's what like 17 to 34 or something like that. I forget what the pool
18.
is.
I think it's 18.
Is it 18? Yeah. So it's this huge pool. So like that was, I'm not going to say that I was surprised because I just know how fit you are. But my question is, how often were you doing CrossFit? Like 2-3 days a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Because you would do a couple WODs at home and stuff too.
Like when I couldn't make it in.
Yeah.
The gym.
Which I thought was really cool because it was just like, it's just such a great, and then you would usually run on other days.
Yeah. Some days I just go for runs.
And which is cool because like that's, I mean, and Jack and I have said it before, the Open, you can be strong and you can be skilled, but like open workouts take that extra, like you have to have the engine to be able to keep pushing.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's one thing you got, like you could go for days.
Mhm.
And so I thought that was so cool that you could basically finish in that top 10% and you're only, doing CrossFit 3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was really cool. So I was curious as to, like, does that kind of
that definitely
poke the bear, scratch the itch a little bit, and
oh,
just like,
wow,
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can, what is it? Put a few pounds, go to cheeseburger.
Yeah. We still need to do that. That's
I know,
right. We
we'll
need to get a
do that,
cheeseburger. Yeah. Well, it's now just,
we'll
I
take
think
the podcast.
I think they took out one of the cheeseburgers. I think it's just
cheeseburger?
cheeseburger now. Yeah. That'll be the next one. That one will be. We'll do one of those. What's it called?
A mukbang.
That's it. Mukbang.
Do a
Yeah.
mukbang.
That's where you sit and, like, eat in front of the camera. Yeah.
Do a little ASMR.
Yeah, we'll bring the microphone and just. Oh my gosh.
That'd be funny.
We'll do that. Do they? No. Do they have to, like? Is it a giant burger that you can eat and then you
It's
get
like
your picture on the wall?
It's like a pound. Half pound isn't enough. I think
No,
it's
definitely
not
not half pound.
I think it's a pound burger, and then I think it's a milkshake too.
You have to eat that, so it's that in the middle. Like you have to eat the whole
in
thing.
a certain amount of time, I think, and then you get your
Yeah,
face up on the wall. This person can eat a lot.
I bet I could beat you with that.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I'm not a burger person though.
Uh,
If it was like a bowl of pasta or like a burrito.
what are those? There's a name for people that aren't burger people. What's it called again? Oh, right, Al Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. Did you not know Al Qaeda?
Oh.
Oh, that they were the thing before ISIS. Yeah. Taliban.
Al-Qaeda. I was thinking cicada.
Oh, cicadas.
Yeah. Glad they're gone.
Hey, did you ever see the movie The Quiet Place?
Yes.
Imagine if that happened during cicada season. Those monsters would be going insane.
Yeah. No one would live.
No one would live. Anyway, I haven't seen the movie. I just thought about that.
It's not very good.
But yeah, we were saying, so that scratched your itch.
Yep.
And so you
I was like, to get, like, in soccer, you're always training things you're not good at.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when I come and do the WODs here, it's just, I mean, like you said, it's constantly varied. It might not be something you're great at, or you might have a day that you're super great at something.
Yeah.
I kind of just I was itching to fill my holes that I haven't quite mastered yet, like handstand walking, ring muscle ups, definitely building, like, just brute strength.
Yeah.
Like you said,
the name of it. That totally makes sense. Genius.
I know.
Nice plug, by the way.
I know. But like you said, I can go forever, like, engine wise.
Yeah.
I just get down, shut my brain off, and go.
Yeah.
Or it's like, if it's a heavy workout, like we did one where it was just heavy back squats, heavy deadlifts. I was like, I hate this. I hated that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that one. Yeah.
And like, if you go through the CrossFit journal, it's like the only way to get better at something that you're bad at is to hammer it. Do something you're not.
Yeah.
So I want to start hammering things that I don't like to do because I'm not good at them.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think thousands of people have said it, but it always comes back to, like, Michael Jordan. Whenever he recognized or whenever someone said he had a weakness, he drilled that thing until it was a strength.
Yep.
And that was his life. And I think he even said something too, like I'm 100% paraphrasing, but he said he's as successful as he was because of all the failures he had.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knew, I've got this thing that I'm not good at, so I'm going to be really good at it. And he took everything as, like, a personal, like, attack, even though it didn't have to. It wasn't like someone has been like, "Hey, he's not as strong as his left hand." Well, most people aren't as strong as their left hand, but he took that freaking personal. And so I always thought that was cool. But that's so what was this? So you just started doing that this week, and this is just testing.
It's like 2 weeks of just straight testing.
Yeah.
What was it? We did the 10-minute max cows.
Yeah.
On the Echo bike. That was awful. And then I just
since your screen reset, you didn't get.
I think my hair hit it. I think I was like going like this and said, and whipped the stop button. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. And then tomorrow I have to do a 2K row time trial.
Ooh, nice.
And then also.
Do you have anything today?
No, today's rest day.
day.
So that's nice. Do 3 days on, 2 days off. Or 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days, yeah.
Is that like how the program's written, or is that like cool? Awesome.
Which is fun.
Why this program compared to others? Like, why as opposed to like a comp train, which I know you've done in the past? Or
sometimes I go through comp train and Huey would always pull workouts. He was my brother.
Yeah.
He would always pull workouts from there, and I'd see him outside dying.
Yeah.
I like doing that. Like I said, I like to work on stuff that I'm like not good on. So I wanted something that was more personal. So it's literally just me and him working together, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Whereas I used to go on Instagram and be like, oh, that workout looks fun. Or, that looks fun. And then I was like, these workouts look fun to me because I'm going to die. Because, it's the stuff I like, grunt work. I like dying. And it's the stuff that I'm good at.
Oh yeah. I mean, that'd be like me looking at a workout and be like, oh, there's handstand push-ups and muscle ups. Like, I'm definitely not going to look at that one and think it was fun. Not for me. So so I'm not going to do it. Yeah. But yeah.
The one-on-one thing I think will be cool.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. What would you say? Like, what is your? I'm sure there's like a laundry list, but like, what would you say your biggest weakness is? Like, what's the one thing that you're like, if I can get better at this has been well worth the time, the money.
Top 2 are probably Olympic lifting strength. And then I want to get ring muscle ups so bad.
Ring muscle ups?
Yeah.
You kind of have them.
I can do strict, but I can't do
kipping. Yeah, which is like really
That's
good.
the harder one.
Right? Like really good problem to have. That's awesome. Where are you at right now? So like snatch and clean and jerk. What are your
so I haven't like maxed out in a while, but snatch.
You hit
probably
that
115, 120.
You hit that 115.
Yeah,
you
and it looked pretty smooth.
Yeah, you said your knee felt good too, which is awesome.
115, 120. Clean. I still like power cleaning more than squat cleaning.
Right.
I'm getting over it.
Yeah.
Squat clean, we did that one workout where it was like 5, 3, 1.
Yeah.
I hit 145.
All right.
But I've power cleaned and jerked 155 before.
Nice.
So
was that the open?
That was in high school with strength training.
Nice.
The open with the complex, I hit 148, I believe.
There was that open workout. Maybe it wasn't. I'm thinking of that one. It was a bunch of clean and jerks. And what was the other movement? Was it pistols and clean? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking.
I think I hit 145 at that one.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. I remember you saying something like at the time, like that was your max, or like you hit your max. I mean, you hit it like several times in that workout too, which was cool. Yeah, I remember that.
That feels so long ago.
Yeah, that was the open that was in the fall of 2019. Yeah, so that was almost 2 years ago. Gosh.
I still remember you're like, you need to do the open. I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
What was the first workout? Was that 19?
Was that the rowing?
The rowing and the wall balls. That one was my jam.
Oh, that was
tall.
Yeah, like you're long and tall, and it was
just grunt work.
It was an AMRAP too, so it was just like
19
just
and
go
19.
Like everyone starts and finishes, and you just like, okay, cool. I won't stop for 12 minutes or whatever it was. Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to Meg about. I was like, yeah, Soph's doing this. This like. She's working with this like personal coach on this company. And anyway, I was talking about it, and she goes, why didn't she ask you guys? Like, why did she do it with you guys? It's like, and this is like, I like, fine by me. Like, it's one of those, like, first of all, I don't have the knowledge that person has from a competitive standpoint. Like, I feel like there's one of those, there's things I'm good at. It's a general physical preparedness, like fitness class, CrossFit, and weightlifting. I feel like weightlifting is my strength. Definitely. Like the broad scheme of coaching like what you're looking for, way better people out there for me.
To make you feel better, I was thinking about asking you.
No, and it doesn't, like I said, it never crossed my mind. Never even crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. Like when you told me, I was like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. Like I like Brute Strength. They put out some really cool stuff. They put out
podcasts earlier.
Yeah, I mean they are nerds. They are nerds about this stuff. So they put out really cool stuff. I've gone to a lot of their videos for techniques and just like informational stuff. So I thought it was really cool. So it never crossed my mind until Meg said it. And even then I was like, I'm also happy to like, I want to be there as a support. I'm excited to like just watch you. I'll talk to you about it. Yeah. And then occasionally jump into the 10-minute echo bike. So or they just and then I'm happy to be like that. If every once in a while you have a workout, I'll be right there next to you doing it. It's literally just like you have that person next to you going. So I think it's awesome. So I'm excited. I was I'll tell you too. I don't know if I told you this. I was really kind of not excited the word, but almost like proud
Mm-hmm.
when you decided not to do the semifinals or whatever that was, or quarterfinals, whatever it was after the Open. Like I was, because you're like, well, I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could do it. I'm probably not getting past it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend that $50 or whatever it is. This workout here is probably gonna kill me because I haven't touched it. And like you said, you were only doing CrossFit maybe 3 to 4 days a week at that time. And I was like I think it was like wow, that's like a really mature, well thought out, like there's so many people that like they got into
they made it and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to do it now.
Like I need to do it now. And it's like it was just kind of cool because it's like, well, what am I really proving by doing it? Like that's not like Jack made it, and Jack's long-term goal is to, I think even his long-term goal, if I remember, was like, it was to get to that. Now, obviously things have changed since he made that because now it takes the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like from there, it's really when he gets to that 45. So he's still a year out from the age group that his long-term goal is set on. And he got there and he went and he was like, well, I made it this far. Let me see where I am in this game. But I can tell you, like, that's where it's, he has a game plan. For you, I think you were like, well, I did the Open. Oh, cool. I kind of made it. What a surprise. What is there to be gained after this point? And I think what's really cool is you were able to take that, because I bet you would have burned. I don't want to bet. I feel like that may have burned you out then too. Like that was a concern of mine.
I also would have gotten super frustrated. I would have been like, why can't I do this? Or blah, blah, blah. Why was I so slow at that?
Yeah, right. Like it's just beat yourself up. Yeah, because I was like, you did the Open, you were starting to coach. I think still like soccer was on your mind. Like at that point, soccer's still on your mind. And then it was the Open just kicked everybody's butt, even for only being 4 workouts, 3 weeks, like kicked everyone's butt. And so that was one where it's like talking to you about doing that next one. I could tell you were kind of, since you were on the fence, it was like, Mike, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm worried if she does this, like it's going to kick her butt and she's going to get frustrated and she's going to get burned out and she doesn't want to do CrossFit anymore. She's not going to want to coach. She's not going to like out. And so when
ended on a high note.
Yeah, I think it was awesome. Like that was really cool. Like especially for, again, I don't sometimes I look at teenagers and I'm like, and you're a teenager, you're 19, but like, I was like, oh my God, was I that dumb when I was that age? But then I also like, hey, actually you guys are all, everyone does dumb things as they're younger and everyone does dumb things as they're older. And so sometimes I get impressed. I'm like, I always, these flashes was like, I always forget how awesome like teenagers and the youth can be these days. And then I get on Instagram, I'm like, never mind, they're all idiots.
I guess we're pretty cool unless we're nose deep in our phones.
Yeah, that's true. I'm nose deep in my phone all the time. I'm pretty sure I recorded 4 TikToks yesterday. I'm just going to slowly
I had to delete it. Because when I was away at college, I would just sit in my bed and I'd just be like, and scroll for hours.
Oh yeah, I've caught myself doing this. Like, crap, I got to move on. I got to move on with my life.
When you're in an awkward situation with somebody, just pull it out and just start.
Yeah, I tell you one thing I did for me, which is like for my ADHD as well, is I've turned off. I'm still like some still pop up, and I'm turning off all the notifications on my phone.
That's smart.
Because I don't want anything pops up. It's going to catch my eye and make me want to do it. If I get no notifications, it's like if I have it set. So like texts and emails, like I'm not that worried about it. Like if somebody needs, like obviously if someone needs me, they'll call me.
Yeah.
But I turn off the notifications, and then I feel like my screen time is when it tells you your screen time on your phone, and it's like you were on like 7 hours this week. I do a lot of work on my phone too. Like right now, I'm sitting here talking with you at Open but TikTok is one of those ones. It's like I shut off all the notifications and I moved it like so. It's like to the back. So like I have to go all the way back there to get to it, which has helped. So I only get on it. I only get on it when I'm feeling creative. And then I'm like scrolling through because I now have this list of 67 things. It was originally supposed to be 30 trends, but I have 67 different like ones that I eventually want to do funny. Myself. Yeah. And I have to click some of them off. But yeah, it was supposed to be like 30. I was like, let me just do like a 30 for 30, like 30 a day or one every day for 30 days just for the fun of it. And it's turned into this. Yeah, there's 67 of them.
Wow.
And I'm having fun with it.
That's
but cool. Anyway, yeah, social media it's a sneaky. I think I told Jack one time too, if I wasn't running social media for the gym, I say this, I was like, I wouldn't even be on it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a black hole. And there's so much,
junk.
There's so much
So,
junk and like there's plenty of like stupid stuff that makes me laugh, but there's also stuff that I see that gets me like really riled up. And I'm like, oh, this is so stupid. Like, why am I getting?
And then you want to comment and say something, then you're giving in to.
Right. Like, there's plenty of times where I've almost said something I was like, no, it's stupid. Like, because I'm like, they're not making me mad. I'm letting myself get mad. Yep. And I'm like, so I'm just going to put this down and move away from it. It's not even worth it. And, but I say, like I said, if I wasn't running for the gym, I'd be off social media altogether. But that's a lie. I'd probably still be on it because I do find a lot of entertainment. And it is a creative outlet for me. So again, teenagers aren't all that bad. So that's where we're at. But yeah, that's where we're at. I feel like I got nothing. I talk to you every day.
What was that one question? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Hot dog a sandwich. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I think Jack and I touched on this on like the Ask Us Anything. And I keep every time this conversation comes up, it's like, I need to text Sky because she saw there was this great YouTube video on explaining the differences between like hot dog sandwiches, tacos, burritos, and how it has to do with like the starch and the meat or the starch and the filling. And so like the bun is the starch and the meat's in it. And so like, how does that make it different? And I can't remember. But what's your answer on it? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Theoretically, yes. By definition, a hot dog is a sandwich, I think. But by visually looking at it, I don't think a hot dog is a sandwich. I mean,
so what makes a hot dog different from a sub? See,
that's what I'm saying.
By definition, a hot dog is a frankfurter, especially one served hot in a long, soft roll and topped with various condiments. Use it in a sentence. He's ordering a hot dog. Yeah, it's also, however, hot dog also used to express delight or enthusiastic approval. Hot dog, I found something I can do that you can't. Yeah, I think it all came down to, so like technically, like if I took a pizza and rolled it up like that.
Papa John's Papadilla.
Yeah.
Papa sandwich or whatever.
How is that different from a hot dog?
Yeah.
Right? Or how is that different from so it's tough. I keep saying I'm going to go back and figure out what it is. So one day I'll remember and I'll save it on my phone and we'll go back. But yeah, I feel like it's like a sandwich because I think Sky said this. It's two separate. It's fillings sandwiched between
like
two. Yeah. So like you have a starch on one side, a starch on the other, and then the fillings in between. That's what makes a sandwich. Whereas a hot dog bun, it's a starch around, so it like covers.
So you could argue a hot dog is a taco.
You could argue that a hot dog is a taco, and you could argue that. I think you could argue a sub is a taco. But I think that was this guy's thing. A hot dog is actually more of a taco because it's like 75%, and then the meat goes inside the starch.
Interesting.
So, I don't know, because technically a sub you still have bread on top. So a sub still constitutes a sandwich because the way it sits in it, like the bread may not be closed, but it's still on top.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, man, that's such a deep question. Such a deep question. Cool. Gratitudes. Let's take gratitudes.
Me first, you first.
Gratitudes. Do you want to go first? Do you have it? You need a minute? Feel good?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'd say I'm thankful for the time I have, free time.
Yeah.
Like I said, with soccer, I had like no time. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Whereas like now I have time that I get to make choices, the things that I want to do, like coaching.
Yeah.
So I took up coaching. So I have time to do more.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I told you this. My sister, when she was playing lacrosse, she was a really good goalie. Like she was a really good goalie. I'm not gonna brag about my sister, but she was awesome. But she was getting scholarships from everywhere. Mm-hmm. She ended up going to University of Ohio, which is I think like a 1AA school, so it's still Division I. Yeah. It's much smaller, but she was getting offers from Maryland, mm-hmm. and that was like when Maryland had won like Maryland's 6 straight.
They're still really good.
Yeah, and she's like, and so we were all like, yeah, go to Maryland, go, because we're all like, I mean, my family is like diehard Maryland, like, yeah, go to Maryland, go to Maryland, go to Maryland. But she's like, if I go to Maryland, lacrosse is my life. And she goes, I love lacrosse. She goes, but I will hate it if I go there because that's all. Because one of her closest friends, and a friend of our family, she played there, and well, she went there, and then I don't even know if she ended up playing that much, but she's like, it was, but she's like, lacrosse is her life, and my sister would talk to her all the time, and she saw that, she's like, that's not what I want. Yeah. So she went to Ohio, and she had a good little career at Ohio until they dropped the program, and then she ended up transferring to Louisville. But like, but yeah, that was 100%. She's just like, she was so happy she went to a smaller school. She got to enjoy playing lacrosse. She got to enjoy being a student athlete. And I'm pretty sure she played beer pong with my mom at one point, which may have never happened.
Still having fun.
Which is funny because my mom, I think the last time she drank outside of, we gave her eggnog with bourbon in it like a year or two ago. She'll always say like the only time she ever drank was at her wedding. She's like, I just like the taste of it. But that's why I was like, I mean, I've never been a big drinker. Like I'm physically big, but it's like, it was never really at our house. So like, I mean, I never had my first sip of anything until I was 24. Hear that? Hear that? Yeah, I know you haven't. Yeah. And so, but everyone's going to be, yeah. So that was one of those, like, yeah, she did not want to play Division I at that level because she's like, that would suck.
Yep.
Yeah. Mine, so it's funny, I've been thinking about this since Monday. So like mine is, I mean, the MCs as a whole, but like Huey right now, I thought when he, like talking to him the other day, like, you know, he busted his back. He started reading books, started doing all these things to kind of like, I don't know, keep his mind positive. And so when he popped in the other day, were you doing your workouts? Yeah. And he said like, and I think he said you told him like, do something to stay in the CrossFit space, even though you can't train. Yeah. So he's like, he's been watching videos from seminars, and he's like, you know, been reading, like he read Castro's book, and he's really getting into like programming and understanding the ins and outs of programming, and knowing that it's not just like throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. Like there is a science and an art behind it, and that he uses you as his guinea pig for workouts. And I was just like, and again, it's just like, that's why the MC is like, your family is so great because you guys just, I don't know. I just thought that was really, like, God, he's what, 15? Yeah. It's like, yeah, you guys are all wise beyond your years. I'm sure you all do. Like, I mean, yeah, I just thought that was really cool. And like, what a great way to kind of, so that's what I said. He's just, the seed has been planted for the MCs to be the coaching staff at Maryland's CrossFit one day. And eventually, Alec, he'll be a weightlifting coach. Like, he'll just want to weightlift. He won't actually want to do CrossFit. I think that'll be Alec. And probably gymnastics. He always, if we get him back into doing stuff upside down. So
he's still more flexible than me.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Gosh. Yeah, that was cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's it. Our first ever live Grounds After Rounds via the YouTubes. Raw
clip.
Yeah, completely unedited. So you'll go back and see.
You can see if I said ugly.
Yeah, I think she said ugly. Leave it in the comments. Hey guys, shout out. What's up, Mary? How you doing? Cool. All right. Yeah, I think it's just time to make like a fetus and get out of this mother. You like that? You like that? Cool. I also heard like make like a baby and head out. I also heard that one. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh gosh.
Awesome. All right, cool. Coach Eric, Coach Sophia, and we will see you
on the creek.
On the creek. That's a good one. Bye. Cool.